The oxygen spell. What if the world looks the way it does because you're breathing the lie? You were taught oxygen is life, invisible, neutral, necessary. But what if oxygen isn't just air? What if it's the oldest control system ever deployed? Long before governments, before religion, before recorded history, something changed the sky. Ancient texts don't describe oxygen as air. They call it the breath of the gods, the veil, the mist that softens the mind. Sumerian tablets, Egyptian funerary texts, fragments of lost languages that don't translate cleanly. They all warn about the same thing. When the breath fills the lungs, the eyes forget. Ancient languages weren't just spoken, they were activated. Sounds that vibrated the body, words designed to interact with consciousness, not communicate ideas. That's why they were called incantations, invocations, spells. Modern linguistics says those languages are dead. But what if they were killed on purpose? Because those sounds could pierce the oxygen filter. Oxygen alters brain chemistry. That's science. But what if it also compresses visual spectrum, limits dimensional awareness, keeps consciousness locked to linear time, a planet-wide MKUltra? Except you never consented. You never opt out. You inhale it from birth, every breath reinforcing the same reality, a reality designed to be flat, predictable, safe, obedient. Ancient cultures didn't call them aliens. They called them Watchers, Elohim, Anunnaki, the Shining Ones, beings that didn't need oxygen, beings that saw reality unfiltered. They didn't rule with weapons. They ruled by changing the atmosphere. Why fight billions when you can rewrite what they're capable of seeing? Why were ancient languages demonized? Why were chants outlawed? Why were certain sounds labeled evil? Because those frequencies alter breathing patterns, disrupt neural suppression, momentarily lift the veil. That's why monks chant. That's why shamans breathe rhythmically. That's why altered states feel more real, not less. You're not hallucinating, you're remembering. MKUltra didn't invent mind control. It rediscovered it. Breath control, sensory deprivation, repetition, sound patterns, the same tools, just with fluorescent lights instead of stone temples. What if reality isn't breaking down? What if it's leaking through? What if déjà vu is memory from before the veil? What if ancient languages sound wrong because they were never meant to be heard through oxygen? And the scariest thought of all, what if the world isn't run by force, but by a breath you've never questioned? If oxygen is the spell, what happens when you finally see past it?